have here for this is 12.5. Okay, then outside that you need, I've told you our bust point, our under bust, our half length, and the full length of the dress for a bustier dress. Another thing you need to measure is your bust span. What is your bust span? That is the distance between one of your nipple to the other nipple. That's the distance between your nipple to nipple. We either call it bust span or nipple to nipple measurement. So to get that, you simply place your measuring tape on one of your nipple, bring it to the other of your nipple. You see it? So the nipple to nipple of this thumb is 7 inches. So that's how you measure your nipple to nipple. And this nipple to nipple distance, we use it for our dart distance. We use it when we're putting dart in our dress. We use it for our dart distance. And also for the bustier, you need shoulder measurement. Every dress that you're making, you need shoulder measurement. Every dress that you're making, you need shoulder measurement. So for the bustier blouse, I told us the measurements you need: the full length, I showed us how to do it, the half length, let me start from the bust point, the under bust, the half length, and then you take the waist measurement and then the full length of the blouse. And I just outlined how to measure that. Okay, so another important measurement is when we are making off shoulder, there are two important measurements that we need to include when you are making off shoulder. There's what we call upper chest measurement and lower chest measurement. When you are measuring your lower chest measurement, you put your measuring tape under your arm like this, round your bust like this. You firm it because it's an off shoulder, it needs to hold you here. Off shoulder doesn't have hand, it needs to hold you here. So this is how to do your lower chest measurement. You firm it. Then if you're doing your upper chest measurement, you put your hands together like this, and then you measure it with your hands down like this. You measure it like this. So this is your upper chest measurement. This is how to measure your upper chest measurement. While your lower chest measurement, you measure it under your arm. You measure it under your arm this way. Okay, that's that. So I've just told us for a bustier that you need your bust point, you need your under bust, you need your half length, you need your waist measurement, and you need the full length of the blouse. When you get all these things, you know bust point, and I said you need your bust point, and you need your under bust, you need your half length, you need the full length of the dress. After taking those measurements, you now come to check your bust span. That's the distance between one of your nipple to your nipple. After that, you still measure your round bust measurement. I've shown us how to measure it, our round bust measurement. You cross your measuring tape on your bust. Then you now come to your under bust. There is need for what we call round under bust measurement when you are making a padded blouse, a bustier blouse. This is how you measure it. Round under your bust. This is your round under bust measurement. Okay, round under bust measurement. That's how to measure it. I've shown us how to measure our waist, how to take our waist measurement, how to take our shoulder measurement, how to take the sleeve this way on the bust. And make sure just one of your finger passes in between your bust and the measuring tape. You check it out. Some people want it firm. Some people want it, the cloth should not be very tight on my bust too. If it should not be very tight on the person's bust, you give it allowance for ease. Okay? But if it's I want it firm, as in normal, you have to put just one of your fingers inside this way. That's how to take the measurement. Okay, that's how to take the measurement. just one of your fingers inside, this way. Sorry, this is a mannequin. That's how to take it. But if you want it free, you free it a bit depending on how free you want it at your bust region, okay? So after your bust, you want to measure your waist. You want to measure the waist, your waist measurement. Your waist measurement, always measure it at your navel point. At your navel point where you have your belly button. So you measure your waist. When you are measuring your waist has to be firm. Okay? When you are measuring your waist, it has to be firm. This is your waist measurement. So after your waist, the next measurement you want to measure is your hips. When making your free gown, your hips. You know where your hips is. You know where your hips is. This is your hips. So you come down to where your hips is. Always ensure that one of your fingers actually enters this way. This way, okay? One of your fingers actually entered. And when measuring your hips, you have to make sure that it moves easily on the side of your bum bum. It moves easily. Don't measure it in such a way that it will not move at all. Okay? See. Ensure that, see, it goes up, it can come down. Don't measure it in such a way that it's very tight. It cannot even go up your boots. No. It has to be in such a way, not that it's free, it's not very free, but it's a bit free that it can go through. If you move it, it can go up your boots, it can come down your boots. That's how to measure your hips. That's how to take your hips measurement. And remember, this is your hips. This is your hips, okay? I've outlined it there. That's your hips measurement, okay? So that's that for a free gown. So in making a free gown, the basic measurements you need for a free gown is the length of the gown, your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and your hips measurement, and the full length of the gown. And then your full length of the gown. Another important measurement that you need when you're making a free dress is also your shoulder measurement. Very important, because you take all of that measurement from your shoulder measurement. So how do you measure your shoulder measurement? How do you take your shoulder measurement? Your shoulder, if you check your shoulder, there's one shoulder bone here, there's one shoulder bone here. So your shoulder measurement, you put your measuring tape at that your shoulder bone, cross it to meet up with the other of your shoulder bone. Okay, for a skirt, the first thing you need to measure when making a skirt is the length of the skirt. Some people like long skirts, some people like short skirts, okay? So you come to your waist, from your waist region. Most times the younger ladies or the younger girls, they wear their skirts exactly under their waist, as in exactly on their waist region. But it's preferable you wear it on your belly button line. That's like your tummy, it holds in your tummy and gives you a good fitting. So when you want to measure a skirt, you come to your waistline, then measure it, take the length of that skirt. How long do you want your skirt? You take it. After that, the next thing is to come and take your waist measurement. When you're taking your waist measurement, always firm it. Let your waist measurement be tight. Always firm it so that it will not be loose on your waist. After that, you come to your hips. This is the hips. I told us how to measure our hips. You take your hips measurement for a skirt. You take your hips measurement. You take your hips measurement. You see it's moving. You take your hips measurement. After your hips measurement, then waist, your hips measurement. If the skirt, you have a joining, you want the half length, you want to know the half length, then it has a flay under. You have to come back to your waist, put your measuring tape, and measure your half length. Your half length for a skirt should come before your nail, it should come above your nail. Like my nail here is 22 inches. So if I'm making a skirt with a half length, I want the half length to start at 19, okay? Then your joining commences from there. Okay, so skirt doesn't really have much to measure. The main thing is your waist measurement, your hips measurement, and the full length of that skirt for skirt measurement. Then another thing is when you're making a trouser. When you're making a trouser, the things that you consider is your waist measurement, you take note of your laps measurement, your knee measurement, the crotch line, very, very important. The crotch line, very, very important. So as we proceed with all these things, you will understand this measurement I've just explained better. Okay, for the trouser measurement, the new thing there, or what I've not explained, as I've been explaining, as I've been talking about measurement, what I've not explained that you need in trouser is the laps, the nail, and the ankle measurement, then the crotch. Even though you know how to take your waist. So your crotch makes your, it makes your trouser fitting well on you. A lady's trouser, the crotch has to lap in. But if you see a male trouser, it doesn't lap in like a female. So to get your crotch measurement, what you do, you either sit down on a flat surface. You sit down on a flat surface. When you sit down on a flat surface, okay, so for your crotch measurement, how to take the measurement? See, you sit down on a flat surface. When you sit down on a flat surface, put your measuring tape on that point where you wear your trouser. Put it on that point where you wear your trouser. Then bring the measuring tape down to the chair you're sitting on. Bring the measuring tape down to the chair you're sitting on. Whatsoever you get is your crouch measurement. I said for your crouch measurement, look at where you wear your trouser. Put your measuring tape at that point, okay? I put my measuring tape at the point where I wear my trouser, and then I will bring the measuring tape down to the flat surface I'm sitting on. Whatsoever you get is your crouch measurement. So what do I have here? I have 10 inches as my crouch measurement. So, but if you cannot measure it like that, there is a way you can get it. You can also divide your hips measurement by 4 to get your crouch measurement. So in my own case, my hips measurement is 40. 40 divided by 4 gives me 10. That's your crouch measurement. It actually works too. Okay? So another thing, another measurement is your laps measurement. Your laps measurement in making a trouser. This is how you measure. You go to your laps area. This is how you measure it. And you know some trousers, they are pencil. Some, they are palazzo. They are open. So it depends on the type you're sewing. If you're sewing a penciled one, you have to fit it. You have to make it fitted, okay? But if like, you see how it's fitted on the dummy's lap. Though it's moving, but it's fitted. But if it's like a palazzo, you open it up. So you actually determine how you want the trouser to be on your body. Do you want it free? Do you want it very tight? That's how you do it. Okay, so that's actually how to measure your laps measurement. Your knee, you still measure your round knee measurement. How free or how tight it is depends on the kind of trouser you want to wear. It depends on the kind of trouser you want to wear. And this ankle now, this ankle measurement, this is your ankle. If you want to measure it, I don't advise you to measure it to be very fitted. See, when you're measuring your ankle, you put your measuring tape under your legs. I don't know if you're seeing my legs. So for your ankle is here. It's here. But when you're making a trouser, for you to get a perfect measurement for your ankle, I don't advise you come here and measure it. No, just raise up your leg, put your measuring tape this way and take your ankle measurement. Whatsoever you get, use it for your ankle. It comes out very well. You won't be struggling with your trouser. I said raise up your leg, put your measuring tape under, bring it up and firm it. Whatsoever you get, use it as your ankle measurement. So I have 13. You use it as your ankle measurement. When you're wearing your trouser, you won't be struggling with it. Okay, let's see 13 here. You see my 13 here. When you finish sewing it, you see that it will be exactly what you want. That's how to measure the ankle measurement. Don't be measuring like this. If you measure like this, oh, I want it to be firm, you measure like this. When you finish sewing it, it will not enter. It will not go in at all. It will not go in except you are using a stretchy fabric. But if you are using like Ankara fabric, you measure your ankle like this and sew it with this measurement. It won't go. Okay? So always try raising up your legs, cross it this way, and take your measurements like that. Use this. So that's that for our basic measurement. Feel free to ask your question in the comment section.